Our next honoree couple representing the Saskatchewan region. From Balgonie, we have Michael and Jessica Lovage.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Love Home Holsteins. We are Michael and Jessica Lovage, passionate dairy farmers from Balgonie. We are both humbled and honored and excited to represent Saskatchewan at today's event. Love Home is very much a family affair with a lot going on. Our children, Riata, Renell, and Raylyn, are the most important people to us. Our dairy farm milks 72 purebred Holstein cows in the tie stall barn with an additional 120 head of dry stock. We farm approximately 500 acres, mostly used for feed production. Our story together actually began 21 years ago. We are both third generation farmers growing up on dairy farms in Alberta. From a very young age, I knew all I wanted to do was farm. This is the farm I grew up on. Most days I could be found here in the barn. In 2000, while working for Skycrest Whole Dairy Show, I met Jessica for the first time. I'm still thankful for that opportunity. After high school, I attended Lakeland College, where I graduated with a diploma in livestock production. I then returned home to the farm and to the cows that I began to breed when I was 14. These cows are part of the foundation of the herd we have today. I also spent the next 7 years pursuing that blonde girl.
My childhood was full of days at the skating rink and hours of working with 4-H heifers. Yeah, I tried to bring some in the house. During high school, I began my career as a professional figure skating coach. And then I also attended Lakeland College, graduating with a diploma as an animal health technologist. My passion for travel and my knowledge of cows led me around the world, but I always found myself answering 9 o'clock sharp phone calls from Michael. So eventually, in 2007, I gave in, we were married, and I made the move to the Lovage family farm. We farmed together with Michael's parents for the next 8 years. The Alberta farm was where we had started our family, and we hoped to continue to grow together. But it was in discussions about the future of the farm and our role there that we ran into some major roadblocks. We tried many avenues. We brought in outside expertise for succession planning and discussion development. However, in 2015, we had to make a very hard decision, but the one that we felt would be the best for our family. And so we moved to Saskatchewan with our kids and cows in tow. Little did we know that our biggest challenge was about to become our greatest opportunity. And this is where we farm today. In September of 2015, we started the purchase of the Prairie Diamond Farm from the Strudwick family that had been farming at this location since 1951. By November 1st, we were fully relocated and milking cows under Saskatchewan's Dairy Entrant Assistance Program. We're so blessed to have had this opportunity, and we're still so thankful to Sask Milk and the Strudwick family for their support during that time.
Love Home Holsteins is all about the cows. Cow comfort and longevity in our herd is the main focus as we build to increase production. We are also monitoring for management changes that can be beneficial to the cows. We saw success by doing this in the first 3 years with the herd average for liters of milk increasing by 5 kgs per cow overall per day, and our daily fat yield continuing to climb from 1.3 to 1.6 kgs per day. An example of one management change was a switch from barns to raising calves in hutches. We saw a tremendous benefit to the switch and have healthier, more robust calves as a result, as well as better production gains later in the animal's life. With our production increases, we find ourselves recipients of numerous Holstein Canada Longtime Production Awards, which also testify to the longevity we strive to have in our herd. We are excited this spring to receive our first Super 3 Production Award for a cow producing well above national breed average. What we also love about our Foxy cow here, not only does she pay the bills in the tank, she's also conformationally strong, scoring excellent 94 3E.
So while we give our production a lot of focus, we are very passionate about the genetic side of this industry as well. Owning beautiful, functional cows has always been a focus for us, as we feel life's too short to milk ugly cows. We regularly use a variety of services and industry tools available to us, and as you see here, one of those is through Holstein Canada, where the classifiers visit our herd 4 times a year and score our cows based on their conformation. Our current herd score includes 17 multiple excellence, 8 excellence, 52 very good, and 19 good plus cows. Carrot, pictured at the top, is excellent 93, and Ava at the bottom achieved excellent 95 in 2019. And they're 2 of our favorite cows right now, making a huge impact at Love Home. We were thrilled to have bred and owned an animal that achieved the 95-point status, as only a handful of cows in Canada do this each year. In addition to this achievement, in 2019, we owned another cow that was Saskatchewan's Cow of the Year. As well, that year we were honored as Saskatchewan's Holstein Breeder of the Year. Then in 2020, and again in 2021, we're listed in the top 10 herds for our herd size in Canada as Master Breeders. This is a very prestigious award through Holstein Canada.
As we mentioned earlier, Love Home Holsteins is very much a family affair, and one our family business hobbies includes exhibiting animals at shows whenever we get a chance. This is also a great way for us to market our genetics. The girls are becoming increasingly involved in this part of the farm, halter breaking their own heifers and helping prep the cows. We have had a lot of success in the show ring over the past 10 years, but most notably was in 2015 when we bred the Supreme Champion at North America's largest dairy show in Madison, Wisconsin. Patricia was a cow that we had sold here in Canada and eventually found her way to the USA and found the limelight. Seeing cows do this for other people is awesome, but it opens doors for us. A team aspect to Love Home Holsteins is something we strive to build upon. Jessica and I think we make a great team.
Most days.
But we don't always agree, but we trust each other.
Our kids are very much a part of that team as well. They're a wonderful help, whether it's raking and baling hay, or milking cows and feeding calves, or even cooking supper for a whole crew. As part of the team, they're part of the learning that we encourage here at the farm. Having young children, it's still too soon to know if they're going to take on this farm in the future. But being a part of the team and supporting each other is the legacy that we hope to leave with them, whether they choose to farm or not. As the girls have grown, so has their involvement on the farm. And so, with many eye rolls and long sighs from their father, their new ideas are being incorporated to Love Home Holsteins. Sorry, there's a picture missing today. We no longer just have dairy cows, but the girls have a small beef herd of crossbred and speckled park cows. They've also inherited a horse and bought a few pigs to raise and sell to fund their own sports adventures. Love Home has entered the diversification process, but it's leading to many opportunities for all of us. Building a team and learning from each other continues to evolve. We used to be just 2 plus 3 little ones, and now we have a whole team that includes veterinarians, nutrition managers, and a host of other industry partners and employees. Our first employee joined us 2.5 years ago, and we've had the privilege of having some pre-vet students as well as an agronomy intern over the summers. And most recently, we've been hosting a Danish trainee. We encourage this type of learning on our farm, and in turn, we learn so much from these people ourselves.
Having a great team makes it possible to do things like produce our own feed. This huge task requires a lot of attention, but we feel it's important to do as it gives us more control over the quality and management of our feed. One thing we have learned the past 6 years that everything in Saskatchewan is different. The soil, the water, the wind, and the weeds. We have had to adjust and adapt many practices on the crop side that we were unaccustomed to, such as direct seeding and even silaging. Working closely with our dairy tech specialist on nutrition management, the goal is to provide a balanced diet for every animal on the farm to maximize lifetime potentials. We make barley and corn silage, dry and wet alfalfa grass bales, as well as some barley and oats bales.
Go team, go!
A big challenge here has been water. A new chlorination system has been installed to improve cows' drinking water. But on the crop side, no rain and an unusable pivot can really make you get creative. Our pivot feeds out of the town's lagoon and has been unusable for the last 3 growing seasons due to an expansion of the lagoons and a shortage of water to fill them. This prompted us to diversify our crops growing and to experiment with cover cropping to mitigate the potential for feed shortages.
Being aware that agriculture is always under scrutiny helps us embrace more technologies on the farm. The playtime holding is part of our incubator system that allows us to grow suspect milk samples and then select the appropriate course of treatment for the cow if warranted. This is an example of how we try to contribute to reducing antibiotic resistance. The second picture is of our fly parasites that we use to help decrease fly populations versus chemical control. Small steps like this are important to us when we think of our environmental impact, and we continue to look at ways to improve this in the future, especially with an older farm site. Another investment we added was a pasteurizer for our calf milk. The equipment will benefit the calves' health in the long term, but in the short term, we see many savings on the time and flexibility that it allows us when feeding calves. It's a huge bonus we didn't even consider. Saving time and utilizing data is important for our management decisions on the farm. The screenshot is from our producer portal, which gives us a monthly visualization in this picture of our milk quality, and it's another example of how we utilize technology and make these management decisions on the farm. We really love what we do, and we love to share that with our community around us. Farm tours have become another big aspect of Love Home Holsteins, and we typically host between 3 and 6 a year. We feel it's very important to connect consumers with producers, and we're happy to be able to do this at home on our farm.
We are also very proud supporters and producers of milk under Dairy Farmers of Canada Blue Cow logo. Our farm strives closely to follow the industry regulations and best practice methods through proaction. We have continually been awarded quality milk bonuses for these practices the last 6 years. Giving back to the community and encouraging the development of others is something we cannot stress enough. It fuels us and brings us joy. I am currently the president of the Saskatchewan Holstein branch and the chair of the National Convention Show Committee for 2022. I also recently started breeding cattle at Bow Valley Genetics for their embryo recovery programs. Jessica is not only a professional figure skating coach, but also currently directs Vacation Bible School, leads local 4-H dairy project, and sits on the Sask Milk and Ag in the Classroom boards. Thank goodness she married a supportive guy. Our children being the most important of these activities, our children being part of most of these activities, and having a dairy farm definitely keeps us on our toes. But we wouldn't do it if we didn't love it. Even with all these things going on, we still find time to spend with family and friends.
So no matter how many times we reflect back on our story, we know that none of this is possible without God at the forefront of everything that we do. So he has opened doors for us, he has led us through tribulation, and he has blessed our journey. And we want to give him all the credit and the thanks at this time, and we look forward to seeing where he's going to lead us next. We know we have many opportunities in front of us, and we are excited about the future and the doors he may open. At this time, we'd also like to thank the sponsors, the organizers, the judges, for allowing us to be part of this fantastic event. The opportunities it has given to Michael and I and our farm are tremendous, and the friends and networking that we have made along the way are something we will treasure and remember always. We also want to give a huge thank you to our team of family, friends, and mentors that have encouraged us, educated us, and motivated us to pursue our passion and follow our dreams. We're Michael and Jessica Lovage of Love Home Holsteins. Dairy is what we do, passionate is what we are.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael and Jessica. Are there any questions in the room or on chat?
We have a question.
So
Speak into
Can
the
you
mic.
repeat the
sorry.
question
We can
for
just
us?
repeat the question.
the question is, what would the cow be worth that won Madison? Price is dependent. We can share, like when we initially sold her in Manitoba, she sold for 17,000 Canadian. We were pumped. We were excited. It was our first cow to go through a national sale. She then sold weeks later in that range of 30 to 40,000 US. A year and a half later, when she calved out as a 5-year-old, she sold through a sale for $250,000. And it just kept rolling. So it was a great opportunity for us. The phone calls kept coming. The door was open to move genetics. We've sold to Australia, the US, Belgium. It's just been a great opportunity. We're not scared to sell a good one so somebody can move on with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're kind of a seed stock type of farm is our goal, right? To see other people move on and make money off our cattle is, we're not upset by it, right? Because we know we don't necessarily have the time right now with kids and everything to put into getting them to the elite level. So we know the genetics are good enough, we know it's there, and so that's where we find our market right now. And also we do provide a lot of cattle for people just in the industry commercial as well. So providing them a good solid base for their herds is a goal of ours as well.